We interrupt your day to bring you a story of exceptional stupidity. Bill Gates is has kind of gotten canceled on the internet lately, and I just wanted to talk about it because, I know I'm not going to change any minds here. Let's get real. Let's get real. This is a YouTube video, right? But I thought I'd highlight some of these comments because I know that I wasn't aware how widespread these ideas were, and it wasn't until recently that my eyes were kind of opened at how many people believe this stuff. And it is shocking. And it makes you realize, we've all kind of had this thought in our head that, the world's becoming smarter. This generation is more scientifically literate than the generation before that. We kind of have that idea in our head. But I have bad news for you guys who believe that. I'm not sure that's true. We'll find out today, okay? So let me show you what inspired me to make this video, okay? I was just looking up something Bill Gates, and I clicked on the first video, and let me just show you. The first thing is this Ellen clip or whatever. And the first thing that I was shocked, it's got like tons of dislikes. And he's just talking about finding a vaccine to COVID-19. And I went to the comment section, I said, that's weird. And in the comment section, like crazy stuff. I love these comments. There's a hope for Americans as long as you don't fall for these turds. Let's just use vaccines from the guy who also wants to depopulate the earth. What could go wrong? Mr. Eugenics Population Control now wants to save he world with the vaccines. How ironic. Event 201, never forget. All right, and that happens no matter which Bill Gates clip you look at. Just log into a browser and just type in Bill Gates. Look up any of the videos. The dislikes are insane. The comments are insane. Let's read some more before we address some of this stuff, okay? Just came to see comments. Glad to see people aren't falling for his lies. WWG1WGA. Every interview he does, he has a huge smile on his face. What an evil man. Dude, these are real. Think about it like this. These are the top comments on YouTube videos that are supposed to be about Bill Gates, like sharing information about vaccines and stuff. Instead, the comment section have been hijacked by conspiracy theories. And the dislike ratio shows that like a substantial majority of people watching this stuff totally disagree with his model of the world. So I just wanted to dive deep on what are these people talking about? Why has Bill Gates been canceled? Why have they canceled him? Okay, well, it comes from a few different sources. The first one is a TED Talk that Bill Gates did. He did it in 2010, and they will cite this little clip of him where he seems to suggest that the world's going to be depopulated by vaccines. Here, roll that clip.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
And people take that for Bill Gates to have admitted that the vaccine conspiracy is real, He's just secretly trying to kill people. It's a Freudian slip, guys. He admits it. He doesn't mean to, but he admits it.
Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
He's trying to lower population. Now, contrary to popular belief, he didn't just admit the New World Order's secret conspiracy on a TED Talk. In fact, he was talking about a well-known phenomenon. When you lower people's mortality rates, they tend to have less kids. When people are sure that their kids aren't going to die in childbirth from preventable infectious diseases, they tend to have less kids. And this is a well-known thing he wrote about before this 2010 YouTube video. I think he wrote about it in his 2009 Gates letter. So a year before, he talks about this, learning about this interesting fact. When you improve people's health, the number of kids they have goes down. And so he's just talking about that. So he's incentivized. I mean, even if you think that Bill Gates secretly wants to lower the population, literally what you have to admit is that based on data, the best way for Bill Gates to be a eugenicist, as you guys, half the internet basically thinks he is by improving public health. That's like literally the conclusion that you come to, is that if you want to lower population, you improve health, right? That's like the irony behind it all, the counterintuitive side of it. So I don't know, who cares? Nobody believes this stuff anyway. Everybody's made up their mind. Literally all the comments in this video, I guarantee, are either gonna be people already agreeing with me or already disagreeing with me. There's gonna be not a single person who changes their mind from this video, and I'm okay with that, because that's not really the point. The other thing that Bill Gates has been canceled over is this event 201, okay? So this is like the dumbest thing ever too, but you know, why not get into it? Okay, so Event 201 was a pandemic preparedness like summit that they did before the coronavirus was ever discovered, okay? Now, Event 201 happened to be like 3 months or 2 months before the outbreak started in China, and it was led in part by Bill Gates. And so the global pandemic exercise was they suggested a hypothetical pandemic scenario, and then they said, oh, what would we do if this happened so we can try to get ready? Well, the virus they happened to choose was a coronavirus.
A new coronavirus spread silently within herds.
And so people said, hey, Bill Gates must have not only did he predict the virus, he had something to do with it. Because, you know, how could you guess that it's gonna be a coronavirus? How can you guess that it's gonna be a coronavirus with flu-like symptoms? This is a conspiracy. They must have accidentally left this website public, you know, because obviously the New World Order wouldn't want us finding out about this, right? In actuality, you find out that literally people have been talking about there being a pandemic for years. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in here because what I was about to say was really boring and dumb, and it just reminds me that I haven't learned my lesson that nobody cares about facts. So let's just do a thought experiment for fun. Instead of trying to use facts, let's just do a thought experiment. Here are a bunch of people who are just part of the New World Order that you guys should know about, because if you think they're predicting a pandemic in a world where we were not ready for a pandemic is predicting the pandemic, then, well, people knew that if there was going to be a pandemic, it would likely be an RNA virus. So either, if you're thinking about what's the next pandemic, it's not that much of a shock to pick coronavirus, because either it's going to be influenza or coronavirus, some kind of coronavirus. That's what they were guessing. So if you think it's a big shock that they predicted it's going to be a coronavirus, they had a 1 in 2 shot of being right. Also, there are a bunch of other people who so-called predicted it, including a psychic. This girl, Sylvia Brown, was said to predict that it was going to be a coronavirus for the next pandemic in a book in 2008. So if you're mad at Billy Boy for predicting it 3 months before, try predicting it 10, 12 years before. I think Sylvia Brown's the real one we have to worry about. And so a little update that I thought was funny. If you go to the Ellen Show now, they had to shut down the comments because they were getting so brutal against Billy Boy. And it's kind of sad because he spent his whole life trying to give money away. We definitely don't deserve Bill Gates. I mean, he's given so far a total of $21 billion to charity through his foundation, and we hate him for it. So that's what you get. You know, that's what you get for spending $5 billion on infectious disease control. It's what you get for trying to help malaria. It's what you get for giving $1 billion to tuberculosis. You know, we don't want you. We don't want you, Bill Gates. You know, we don't want your money and your help, because you're just part of a new world order, clearly. Dude, just let's take a good look at the comment section again. They're coming in hot. Coming in hot. Poor Billy. Billy did not do himself any favors. I mean, running Event 201, how dare you try to get ready for a pandemic that you've been warning the world about for years? How dare you, Bill? How dare you try to improve the public health of third world countries? How dare you? How dare we don't want your help. Let's look at these comments, dude. It's crazy. Judging by the comments here, old Billy Boy isn't popular. I didn't realize that B. Gates was a doctor scientist. B. Gates is nothing but a man who says one thing and thinks another. Gig's up. Gig is up. Everyone know about Billy Boy. We didn't simulate this. We didn't practice. Yes, they did. Event 201 last October. He's talking about the governments. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything, including my pathetic self. Yes, me, sad. How is he doing evil? Literally, look at this, man. Look at how many millions of dollars this guy has given to things, including, which I'm shocked anyone would try to get him on this. People say, like, why isn't he giving to toilets and food to people in Africa? That's why what they really need. Why is he just giving vaccines? He's also giving those things. He spent $300 million on sanitation and $300 million on basic nutrition and $400 million on healthcare. But you know what, Bill? We don't want your money. We don't want your time. We don't want your efforts because we'd rather listen to David Icke. We'd rather listen to Peter Safe. We'd rather listen to people who tell us that medicine is bad for us. And I think if we follow their advice,
We could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.